Hello, my name is Jacques Steenkamp. I'm the CEO of EOACC. We are accountants and business advisors, and we are the guys behind TaxDash that created this advanced income personal tax planning tool. Today, I want to just quickly talk you through how to record your rental income and expenses in TaxDash if you would like us to do your tax return for you. So firstly, from the main page, you can go to the income section and go straight to the different income modules, or you could just go from the dashboard and go to the tax return section. If you then click on UK income and scroll down, you can go to the property section. First, you'll get a few options here of what type of rental income you've received, and obviously as you pick more than one option, that will change your fee, because the fee is based on the complexity of your tax return. So now what I want to do is just use one whole property. That's all I'm going to do, and just go back into the property module, scroll up, and then you will see it's created now this property. So the first time you will log on, you will be asked to enter some details about this property, like the purchase price, percentage ownership. If you only own 50% of the property, you need to enter it here. It's also going to ask some costs about when you incurred or when you bought the property, about those costs to record it here. The whole thing about TaxDash is we want to track everything. You don't have to complete all of it. I think you just need to put in the purchase price as the minimum you've got to put in, and just maybe put in the street name to name the property. But the more information we have, the more things we can track. It just all helps with personal tax planning. Yes, you're not going to need these expenses when you do your personal tax return necessarily, but it is nice to track it. Maybe you keep this property for 20 years and then you sell it, and then you need to try and remember everything, all the capital improvements and everything that you've spent, to deduct that from your selling price to work at your capital gain. Right, so if we go back into the property dashboard, you'll see the property here. If you scroll down, you can go and start adding transactions. Now, just remember, we're currently looking at the 23-24 tax year. And the 23-24 tax year started on the 6th of April 2023, and it finished on the 5th of April 2024. So you've got options in TaxDash. Either you can go and capture every month all your income and expenses for the month, and you can just go and select that date. Or if you already got accounting software where you recorded all those transactions, or you just have one property and it's literally very few transactions, you could just summarize it all in Excel, and you can go and put in the total year for the whole year. It's once we get to making tax digital in a couple of years' time, then we will need to go and start to record that on a quarterly basis, at least, to go and cap or to submit the returns like that. But for now, you can just select the last day of the tax year. If you want to enter the totals, you can go and select rental income and just say, I had £30,000 rental income, and you can click save and other, and you can go and select, there's a whole list of expenses that you can claim. So you can go through any of these. Books and publications, so let's say you had £200 of that. This is just a very cool feature. So if you log any of these expenses and it wasn't fully for business purposes, but let's say 80% of that was for business purposes, then you can change the percentage there, and it will automatically apportion it to the correct amount. I mean, let's just do, wait, I want to save and add that one, and then I just want to do a few more things here. There's mileage. Also, before I forget, at the bottom here, you will again have a list of improvements. This is capital improvements that you've made during the year. Again, this won't be deducted or used in your income tax return, because you can't deduct that from rental income. But it's, again, like I mentioned earlier, it's important to keep track of these things. So one day when you sell your property, that you've got a records of all of that. Okay, so I think that's fine. We've got a few expenses. You get the idea. If you need to edit anything, you can click here. If you need to delete it or view more detail, you can select it there. From here, you can go to the summary income and expenses summary, where it will show you a summary of all your rental income and expenses for the year. It will show the detailed list. If you click on this view category summary, it will group it into the same categories that we have on your personal tax return. So super easy to see a summary calculation. You can also navigate here and scroll to the different tax years if you've got if you've already completed previous tax year's information. Now, this fee that we quote here is the minimum fee, and it's based on you just capturing your property income. And like I said before, you can go and add other properties into this dashboard. So if you want to add more, you can go and add them for each one individually. But that fee is if you capture the information into it. We do have some clients that email us or upload the Excel files into here and just ask us to capture that. We will assess it based on the information that we have, how much work it's going to be. So there's just going to be a small admin fee, additional fee for that to capture that into TaxDash. But we're more than happy to help with that, of course. If you've got more complex and there's a lot more spreadsheets and things, and we've got to do a bit more work, then obviously the fee is going to be more. If you've got a lot of properties and you need to record it, I would suggest then best to try and start using an accounting software. Happy to advise you if you speak to one of our advisors and just give you suggestions about the best ones that we can do. When you've got a lot of properties, I think it's overkill, and especially if you've got a lot of transactions, to go and capture all that detail in TaxDash. TaxDash is more like for very simple, very basic property stuff to go and capture the individual transactions. This is why we've built it so that you can capture in the totals and not go and recapture everything that you've done maybe in accounting software. So it just gives you the options between the two. Right, so once you've completed all of that, if you need any help and you need more a tax question, you can always click on services and connect with one of the tax advisors. You can also go to the dashboard and you can use the message tool to send us a message. Again, go back to the tax return section if you want to navigate back there. Yes, I hope that was helpful. Once you've just one more thing. Once you've completed your property, you can just go and click complete. So that's your property module done, and you can go and move on to the other sections. Right, so as I was saying, I hope this is useful. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for supporting us, and happy tax dashing. Thank you.